three-legged cabinets full of books, is not important. But two-legged library with the knowledge in action becomes important. Otherwise, Tirthankars will have no value. Scriptures are there, you read and that's it, right?
Knowledge in action.
So the question is, what will make you happy? Like we go back to the same thing. He says 1 million, 10 million, big house, big car. You have all these things and you're still not happy. You may have everything and you still may not be happy. At the time when you want that object, you think that is the only source of pleasure. Once you have it, then you're tired of it.
Yeah.
Then you want something else.
Yeah.
Shrut Prajnaji says it very nice. So the guy lives in Bombay. He goes to Himalayas to get a fresh air. And he wants to enjoy. And the guys at Himalayas say, where did you come from, Bombay? Can we see Bombay? He said, whoever has been to Bombay, they don't like Bombay. They want to Himalaya mountains. And Himalaya, they want Bombay.
No, it happened to me also.
Right?
When I went to the Rishikesh,
Right.
I was just walking with some villager.
Right,
he was just going all the way up the hill.
Right.
He said, I don't like Rishikesh, where you stay. I said, what are you talking about? He said, I live all the way up and it's very fresh air.
There you
It's
go.
so hot for me here.
Right.
So he walked 1 hour one way just to sell vegetables,
Right.
sell it, collect the money for that runs his house for the day, went back.
Wow.
He said there are foreigners comes to my place, give me 1 lakh rupees just to make a one room with one good room. And
Simple,
come on.
yeah,
They
right.
visit once a year during the summer. They stay with us. That's it. I said, yeah, see, I mean, even the people living in Himalayas,
Within
they have
Himalayas,
discrimination.
They have discrimination in that level
Yeah.
also, right? So they say everybody has problems because their objects are different. Because our objects are always towards the material. I want this, I want that, I want this, and I want. Shri Prajna says that people come to him because he's a Muni, right? So he says, give me some mantra or something, how to lose weight, And then another guy walks in and he says, Sahib,
To gain weight.
pachta nahi hai. I cannot gain weight. Give me some tricks how to gain weight. People. So the main thing is the desire. The desire of being something that you are not is a killer. So anything that you are at, be at peace at least with whatever you. I tell my patients, I say, okay, you do your best. You cannot lose weight, fine. But at least don't continuously stay in struggling all the time. If you really make up your mind, want to do it, just do it. And if you cannot do it for some reason, at least enjoy your life. Don't kill yourself thinking, oh, okay, this and that. Otherwise, what's the point? I mean, chances are if you have not lost weight in 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, it's never going to happen again. At least be at peace and enjoy life. I'm not saying enjoy the extreme, but at least be happy with what you accept it.
Otherwise, keep on eating. I'm not losing anyway,
Right.
so let me eat more. And
But they're going to do that. They don't do that anyway, right? But I'm not saying the enjoyment should be in that. But at least come to terms.
Yes,
that
this is
accept
what it is. It is.
It is what it is, and I cannot do it, and that's it. But at least move on with life. Don't be cranky and spill your anger on your children or your spouse and say, I cannot lose with this and that. It's not worth it, so don't ruin your rest of your life at least. So that's why Jin Chandra puts a big nice shairi. They says, चाह गई, चिंता गई. चाह जाती है तो जो साथ साथ चिंता भी चली जाती है. And मन है बेपरवाह. Say mind becomes fickerless. Say no, जिनको कछु न चाहिए वो है शहंशाह. इसे चाह गई चिंता गई, मन है बेपरवाह, जिनको कछु न चाहिए वो है शहंशाह. इसे Mahavir Swami says, if you don't want to become rich, you are not poor. Who can call you poor? If your desire, it's your desire to be rich is what's making you poor.
Oh, yeah, correct.
It's the desire is everything. And whose desire is that? It's your desire. So desire is what shifting you from the center. That equibalanced state of mind means ability to accept every single thing, including a tiny insect to the most unwelcome visitor in your house, to anything, and to absolutely be able to accept it without losing your balance is Shansha. It's tough, but it's doable. Because your desires is what makes you shift to go from one position. When you meditate, I'm sure you've heard it. So even if you want to generate a thought, you feel it. that your mind is shivering and you make an effort. Once you are deep into meditation, you will realize, or you might have realized already, right? That you don't want to. Why do I want to think? Because thinking is an effort. Like, it just happens. But it's an internal thing. It cannot be explained, or you just have to feel it. So that you reach that state where even thinking is an effort. So you are in that state of bliss that you enjoy it. And thoughts kind of deviates you, literally. Say you're sitting outside. Say I sit in my backyard and I'm thinking of my house. And house is that way. Even though my eyes are closed, I know the house is that way. My thoughts are literally, I feel that thoughts are being dragged in that direction. Literally. And I say, no, I want to be in the center. That's why all this centering, all these things, to go into the chakras are centered. There is a purpose behind it. Why the chakras are not located on the left shoulder and right shoulders? They're all centered. Because the equibalanced state of mind is what you want to achieve. So desire is the cause of all the anxieties, grief, depression, and desire is because of the attachment to the worldly objects, right? So there are two kinds of desires though. There is bhavana and there is vasana. Vasana is the predominance of the bad thoughts. So these are vasanas that takes you down. Bhavana takes you up. It's the predominance of the good thoughts. Because the dhyan, Jainism differentiates different kinds of dhyans. Dhyan is where you focus on one thing and you become focused on one object. Theoretically, we want to have a dhyan of consciousness, right? But when you go beyond that, so then you start dissecting. The Jainism dissects into good dhyan and the bad dhyan. Because you could be meditating and trying to hurt someone or killing someone who has been hurting you or whatever. That's also dhyan. You're thinking about only one object, right? So that,
how to kill that person?
That's a dhyan.
That's a dhyan.
It's like
Take revenge.
so they say that the guy was hurt by the akhlo. The akhla had shing. He says, didn't you think before you did that? Why did you have to tackle the akhlo? You knew it was gonna. It's so powerful. No, I thought 2 days.